Hey everybody, it's me, Edward Jones, back with a new video on concealed carry and fence sitting. I just got done watching a video by Patriot Nurse entitled "Why I Do Not Open Carry," and she cited Chipotle as being the reason. Well, Chipotle is it's a restaurant, as many of us know, and my understanding is they had a policy where it was okay for people to carry a firearm, open or concealed, in their restaurants. And I think it was somewhere in the Midwest. There was a gun control group. It's like the mothers demanding action, something like that. Basically, a group made a complaint to the company about that policy, and they requested that they lift it, that they make it not permit people to carry, open carry or concealed carry in their restaurants. And Chipotle went along with it, and that was met by a response of people carrying their handguns and rifles into the protest the decision. Now, at first, I will say, property rights does come to play in this, but really overall, if I question the reason as to why they even lifted the policy. I guess they thought they were going to lose sales, or they didn't seem like they wanted to take a side on the issue. But they should have been smart enough to see that they were taking the side, and they took a side with sided with people who don't like to see firearms, or I guess not even don't really want to see them. They just don't want them around them, seen or unseen. And they sided with people like that when they made their decision. My thoughts on open carry. I wish we had it here in South Carolina. I do. I remember there was like I mentioned a bill before, and Southern Prepper One did a video on it, where there was a bill in our that was on the table. I was trying to get out of committee to be voted on the floor. They'll bring constitutional carry to our state, which I wholeheartedly support. I believe a person has the natural God-given right, might I add, to carry a weapon, to carry a tool to defend themselves, whether open or concealed. Now, me personally, I'd rather it be open carry for a couple of reasons. One, I think there's the people who they say it may sound trivial. It may sound trivial to people. I think it's easier to actually get to your firearm or your knife if there's nothing in the way of it. If there's nothing that's easy to get out of the way. If you have to have a shirt over over your gun, or you have to have it in a purse or in a bag or anything like that. I think it's easier to have it with little to no obstacles in the way of it. Those are just my thoughts about it. And whether you want to say it's tactically, maybe tactically better to have it concealed and open. Well, I'd say that'd be a matter of personal taste, because it does come down to the person who's actually carrying it and how they would like to employ it. I just believe that it's easier to employ a knife. I won't say a knife or a gun if it's easier to get to. It's the same that if you were in your house, if you were the only one in your house, you wouldn't just have, you say you have a gun, you wouldn't just keep it in a safe. Even though you say it's for keeping you safe, you like to have it in a spot where it's easier to get to, if all possible. Have it in a safe is one more obstacle in your way. So I would say that having it out and ready is easier for the person who plans to use it. My second reason for liking open carry, for supporting open carry, is because it shows the public that not everyone who carries a weapon is a bad guy or a cop. And I guess some people, you can argue what's the difference between the two, but I guess that'd be a subject for another video. But not everybody who carries a gun is out to, is out to harm, out to intentionally harm someone. They're really, just like cops carry. They carry not they carry just they carry for their safety and this and the potential protection of others. So the people who, who aren't cops, so the people who aren't criminals. Well, criminals, they do it. Yeah, they do it to protect themselves, but usually it's to protect themselves while they're doing while they're committing a wrongful act. Good people do use weapons. Despite what things out some stuff out in the media tells you, good people use weapons and they can use them well, and that should be encouraged. We should encourage more good people to arm themselves, to be armed at all times, and to defend them, not just defend themselves, which a lot of us. Well, of course, you benefit greatly from defending yourself. Your life's on the line, or your limbs on the line, but also to defend others who may be in danger. And having a gun that's out in the open shows that, all right, this person, they have a gun out, they have a gun that's out in the open, but they're conducting their business like everyone else. They're probably at the gas station pumping gas, or getting donuts, or eating a burrito, buying a couch, something like that. They're conducting themselves in the everyday manner, in a manner that everyone else does. You just so happen to see a firearm on their side or a knife on their side. I am including knives in this because I believe knives are viable options for self-defense. They have been way before firearms even came into the picture. It used to be swords. Even swords. I'll say that much. I'm not gonna. I wouldn't throw a fuss if I was chilling in Waffle House. If I was chilling in Waffle House and someone came in with a sword on their hip. Why should I be worried about it? They didn't draw it and use it on me or anyone else, so everything's cool. Generally, you would think that criminals will want to more so conceal their weapons because they're hiding they're hiding their intention. They're already bad people, and I guess by hiding their weapon, they're keeping their intentions hidden against those they wish to harm. That used to be the case, and it still is the case nowadays. Even when you have good people, carrying concealed. Like I said, it's your option. I believe it's your right to choose. You have a right to choose whether you can carry open or concealed. I personally, I would prefer open. I would open carry if our state wouldn't throw such a big fuss about it. Now on fence sitting, I think this whole issue about not wanting people to open carry because you're scaring the public. You'll make them want to support gun control. Well, that's not 100% true. I don't think that holds a lot. I don't think that holds a lot of water, because it can go either way, honestly. And I mean, if a person who doesn't know anything about weapons can be educated by seeing a good person conducting their day-to-day business with a gun on their hip, or with a knife on their hip, or a gun or knife on their thigh. For those of you who are into thigh rigs, which I think those are pretty cool as well. If they're exposed to enough of that, it'll help them question. Wow, and has my thinking been wrong all along? Because I believe people who are on the fence, they have the potential. If they aren't lazy. Because really, if you think about it, if you haven't made a decision about stuff like that, then you'll fall either which way, and that is a pretty lazy way of doing things. That's not sincere. Also, not sincere. But for those who are actually putting the effort to think about these things, wow, this guy's he's in line at the grocery store buying a carton of eggs, and he has a handgun on his side. Am I right to think that he's acting like a badass? Am I right to thinking that he's acting like he's bigger, or trying to act superior, or act like acting like he's better than everyone else? Maybe he's doing it because he's concerned for his safety. Or if he or she has a child with them, so, I guess he's carrying that to protect not just himself, but the person that's with him, the child, their child. It shows people that it is okay with being armed. Everyone should be armed. This is a dangerous world. You know, as I point out, as I point out in my previous videos about, watching that baboon eat the gazelle. This world is straight up ugly. It's truly nasty, and we all have to be responsible for our safety, whether it being carrying a first aid kit, or carrying a kimber a kimber pistol. We all have to do our part in protecting ourselves, and it's only civil to help the person next to you, because that could be you one day. And I'm pretty sure if you were being abused or attacked, you were like and you weren't in no position to respond, or you tried to respond and it didn't work out. I'm pretty sure you would like some assistance. You would like someone to come to your aid. I think it's important that we all have mutual, we try to develop some mutual respect for those who do decide to carry openly, especially at a time like this, when when there are people out there who do see people who open carry. And what's troubling is that this is people who is also people who are who say they support the Second Amendment, and they seem to think lowly of someone who wants to carry openly. Not everyone who carries openly is trying to make up something they lack on the inside. It's not all like that. But probably are some people. I'm pretty sure there are people out there like that. But I'm going to err on the side that there are good people out there carrying openly for good reasons, for the right reasons, and we shouldn't think of them as being, being childish or being macho, or trying to build themselves up and look down at everyone else. And that's just not good. And if anything, how do you think that? I mean, since a lot of people like that are concerned about fence sitters, how do you think that looks to fence sitters to see people act like that, who do have a common interest in something, but they see one side as being beneath them. It could work both ways. It could work that way with people who carry openly, people who carry concealed. We should all understand we're all in this together. And it does neither side any good in the long run, especially when we're all trying to educate those who don't know anything about carrying, or maybe even educate people who are totally against it. We really do have to watch our actions and see how it can how it can affect someone else who may be watching in a negative manner. These are my thoughts on the whole open carry, concealed carry issue, and on sitting on the fence. For those of you who are out there who are fence sitters, I'd say take the leap and figure out, get more information about what's going on, and try to make a decision as to what side you would fall on, because you may not think you're on the side, but you actually are. Well, I guess you'll be on the side that comes out in the end, but then you have to ask yourself, did I do any work to to say that I was supporting one side or the other? If you're just sitting on the fence, you're just waiting for someone else to make a decision for you, which is not very it's not very becoming of a person, I would say. And at least of anyone who's trying to be self-reliant or independent in thinking. But that's my video. These are just my thoughts. Tell me what you think. Please leave a comment in the comment section. If you side with me, let your voice be heard. If you think if you don't agree with what I'm saying, please tell me. Please, maybe we can have a healthy discussion about it in the comment section, or maybe or make a response video to mine. For those of you who don't like me, that's cool. I'm still gonna, by grace of God, I'm still gonna be here. I just want people to think about things, really think things through before saying something that can wind up being ugly in the long run. At least ugly for the wrong reasons. That's my video on on open carry and fence sitting. I'm Edward Jones, and you take care.